Friday night.
We're ACGC student section, and you're watching Friday Night Blitz.
Welcome into Friday Night Blitz. I'm Raina Garcia, joined by Trey Redfield. And boy, Trey, this game of the week, man, playoff preview, possibly.
Possibly. I mean, it continues to impress this season, right? I mean, it can be said about tonight's game of the week as well. Class A battle, ACGC and Madrid. Off the field, it's the Mathewsons' return to Madrid, something we talked about yesterday. On it, two squads that run the football very well. My cup of tea. They've shown it with their 4-0 and 3-1 records, respectively. It's enough to call it a Class A dogfight.
This is definitely going to be a game of just, tests. Guess we'll see how strong all of us are, really.
Be physical, because they're a real physical team, and they got a lot of farmers down there, and we know how them farm boys play. And
a Class A dogfight on deck. Non-district, but potentially a playoff preview.
We feel like we got a tough schedule, and that's kind of how we wanted it. We wanted to play good teams to prepare you as the season goes on.
It's going to come down to who the more physical team is, who can put all the distractions aside and not worry about all the things.
The Wishbone Warriors of ACGC, averaging 44 points per game, poised to make the business trip successful.
Regardless of our opponents, it's been the motto this year is everybody's a faceless opponent. We're going to be confident. We've gotten the quarterfinals 2 out of the last 3 years.
Since they knocked us out of the playoffs, I think it was 2 years ago. I mean, it means a whole lot to us, and we're all really looking forward to it.
And it's the 3-1 Tigers, knowing very well one of the toughest games of the season awaits. They're pumped. It's in the jungle.
the atmosphere is like nothing else, having our fans. I just love the yelling out there. Got some people up there yelling my name. They announced me as a starter.
We're really banded together as a family and a group. Our goals each week are to have fun, be physical, and play as a team.
It's just amazing feeling knowing I have the town on my back.
Game of the Week, sponsored by Fairway Meat and Grocery.
Chargers head coach Cody Mathewson back in town. His team was motivated to get him and his father Kurt the W. Doesn't help, though, when the ball was greasy. Turnovers galore in this game. Chargers fumbled it first, and the Tigers would recover. But Madrid would do the same and let ACGC get on the board first. Braxton Schneider off that wishbone, 56 yards. Don't call, don't text. Chargers bolts ahead. They take a 7-0 lead right before the first quarter comes to a close. Turnovers would continue. Madrid had 4 fumbles recovered by ACGC in the first half, one of them on the ensuing kickoff. That let Schneider not only score here on one of the very 2 next plays, but also fool me. Yeah, he's already in the end zone. Those Wishbone Warriors coming for everyone. Lead extended to 14-zip. Block punt made it 20-0 this PAT. Joe Crawford came alive offensively in the second quarter. A score of his own on 4th down. Bolts up, boys. ACGC says you've been thunderstruck. Chargers dominate in a 33-15 win.
All right, let's head over to Adel, where the ADM Tigers were hosting Boone. And first drive for the Tigers, Hudson Scholl on the keeper. He gets into the end zone pretty much untouched, and ADM takes a quick 7-0 lead. And there's plenty more where that came from, but that was great. I love the selling. But first, the Tiger defense capitalizing on a miscue from Boone. They recover the fumble to set up a short field for the offense. More Scholl here. This time he finds the edge and wins a foot race up the sideline. He takes it in for the 32-yard score. Tigers lead 14-0. ADM's run game was nearly unstoppable tonight, but they still took some shots downfield. Scholl connects with Reed Kleinzer on the long ball. He's tackled just short of the end zone, but they finish this one off with a touchdown. That run game once again. Man, Tigers win big over Boone, 42-7.
Someone say run the football? I'm all about it. Battle of the 3-1s. Indianola hosting Valley. This game had some bumpy moments. Sloppy, to say the least. This is one of them. Max Martinez collecting Drake DeGroot's interception in the first quarter. No score for now, but not after the Tigers would get the football back. Blake Dorenkamp got the Tigers on the board. A rushing score puts Valley ahead 7-0. It would stay that way for a while. Daxton Heinbach, he tried to change it here. Big run from shotgun, that's needed. It puts the Indians in business. He's coming right into your living room as well. The only problem was the defense locked in once the offense got into plus territory. Luke Walter with a big-time sack here helps it keep a 7-0 ball game going into the half. 17 more would follow in the second half. Tigers win 24-0.
Well, the red-hot Des Moines Christian Lions looking to stay undefeated tonight, hosting Williamsburg. We'll start this one off with Max down here, dropping back. He's going to float this one over the top to his guy, Malachi Osborne. Good luck catching up with him. Lions with an explosive play to start things off and go up 7-0. But the Raiders were hanging tough all night. Cash Brown cashes in on the DMC defense. He puts this one right on the money for a wide open J.R. Buck. That's an easy tud for the Raiders to tie this thing at 7. Boy, Cash Brown was on one tonight, making plays with his arms and with his feet. He takes off, gets all the way down inside the DMC 30-yard line, and the Lions hold him to a field goal, but that is good enough for a 10-7 lead. But check this out. Lions still trailing here. Raiders deep in their own territory. Brown slings it, but Newton's here, making the nice INT over-the-shoulder catch. That is big time, but Williamsburg pulls off the upset 17-14.
All right, you know that punt block that I mentioned? This is it. It's our first play of the week. Special teams, take notes. This was ACGC's third touchdown on the night. The Chargers with a huge win on all three sides of the football. 33-15 the final. Here's your, this is a cliffhanger for you. The Chargers are legit. Look out for them boys.
Well, we are just getting started here on Friday Night Blitz, and we'll play more games coming your way after the break. Plus, we'll go inside the huddle with the Gilbert Tigers.
Inside the Huddle, sponsored by Des Moines Orthopedic Surgeons.
The Gilbert Tigers are emerging as one of the top contenders in Class 4A, and this program has been on the rise for the past couple of years, but even as the spotlight on them gets brighter, the Tigers are staying locked in.
When success happens on a scoreboard, and there's more wins than losses, sometimes we can be so focused on ourselves we forget about others. And this group has done the opposite. They have focused on themselves and stuck together through a lot of outside noise on things, which has been different outside noise than we're used to. Hey, again.
We learned how to win last year, and we know that feeling and know how to do it, but at the same time, it's a new group of guys, and so we had to learn on our, first game we had to learn how to do that, and we're just a good connected group of guys.
We're not satisfied. There's always room for improvement, and every game, you see little minor details that you wish you could fix and go back, but it's always about the next play, and I think that's really what this team's about, is that we're able to handle adversity and keep moving on and stay as a unit, and I think that's going to propel us later in the season to not only win those close games, but in the start of the games to strike hard and strike first and show no mercy.
Last week I thought was a really big step forward, especially on Friday. You use the week to prepare. Same thing we've used this week to prepare, so we need another really good one tomorrow. We need a great Friday, sidelines during the game and everything, so I'm proud of you guys. Good job. We have less than a month until the regular season is done, which means 20 of the 36 teams in Class 4A are done. And so if you look too far ahead, then you miss the moments that are right now.
Just gonna stay humble, take every opponent as the best team in the state, practice that way throughout the week, and just go one game at a time. Really good practice today, all right? Way to bring this physicality. Tigers on 3, 1, 2, 3, Tigers!
The Tigers on the road tonight, facing off against Bondurant Farrar. The Blue Jays won this matchup last year. Talk about setting the tone. Gilbert's Ethan Rash breaks off a 33-yard run to put the Tigers up 6-0. More ground game for the Tigers here, and when you have an O-line like theirs, why wouldn't you? Tayton Ward takes it in from 6 yards out. Gilbert now up 13-0. But the Blue Jays needing to make up some ground here. Just what the doctor ordered. Andrew Kurtz on the kickoff return explodes up the middle. Gives a nasty shimmy shake there, making guys miss down the sideline. Into the end zone he goes. getting Bondurant on the board, but that's all they would get. Gilbert runs away with this one 55-6.
Let's go to DCG. The Mustangs hosting Waukee. How about the Warriors letting it fly to start things off here? That student section looks lit, but let's get to football. Everyone should be a Beckett Baker fan. Proud of this kid, making the most of his senior year after a season-ending injury last year. Max Roach catching this 60-yard pass from Beckett. It turns into a 7-0 Warrior lead. Meanwhile, on defense, well, they stall the QB sneak. Love this. Tush push denied. DCG went all the way down the field. It does not matter. Waukee would take over. Not for too long, though. Hudson Heidgerken battling for the ball with Miles O'Connor here. That's an interception. So how do the Stangs respond? The best way possible. DCG in striking distance. Chase Engel and Wyatt Valenta, they connect for 6 on the flat. We're tied at 7, 4 minutes into the second, and DCG was a winner by going for 2 with less than a minute to go. 29-28, the final. The boys in red, they take it home.
Last night, the Lincoln Rail Splitters playing host to Sioux City North. And man, check out the stars here. Drawing first blood, Ian Laughlin hits the hole and has an easy path to the end zone there. Sioux City North takes a 7-0 lead. Lincoln looking to even things up here. We get a little misdirection. It's got everyone turned around, but Braylon Jenkins outruns them all for the touchdown. Extra points no good. The Rails still trail 7-6. Sioux City North led at the half, but Lincoln comes back with a strong second half to win this one 39-33.
How about Williamsburg pulling off a huge upset tonight and handing the Moines Christian its first loss of the season in a 17-14 dogfight? We send it out to Dave Bingham, who's with our coach of the week, Austin Blythe.
All right, we're back with our Wyckoff Heating and Cooling coach of the week, Austin Blythe. I don't know, it might take an hour for us to go through everything, but just what's it mean to be out here with all the experiences you've had and then to do this on a Friday night and have this much joy with this group in a town that you grew up in?
Yeah, it's pretty special. I mean, I grew up knowing how great the community was, going through sports here in Williamsburg, leaving, doing my thing for a while, and then knowing that I wanted to come back and give back to this community. And being able to do it in this capacity is, I didn't envision it would be like this soon, you know, but it's just awesome being able to get back to these kids. The kids are awesome. They play hard. They're respectful. So it's been a joy.
What are some things you're learning? Because I know even your son, like he's coming up to talk to you in the middle of the game. You got things going on. This is unique, and of course having your father-in-law, you know, that you're following in his footsteps. What's it been like for you in these first? Because I mean, you played a grinder of a schedule. You got a great team tonight in the district, and the kids just came through.
Yeah, and you know, our schedule has been tough, but I think throughout the 3 games that we lost here, and then even tonight, we're playing tough. We're playing tough football. You know, we can always be better with our assignments and our effort at times, but kids are playing tough. They're getting better at practice, and that's what the season's really about, is just kind of peaking at the right time and taking each week and trying to improve as much as we can.
Weegens and Wyckoffs and Richie's coming, I guess Blythe, whatever. Congratulations, great job. We appreciate your work with young kids. We'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
Our second play of the week nominee comes from Bondurant Farrar. That kickoff return we saw just a little bit ago from Andrew Kurtz. I mean, it's just some nasty moves here. Man, have some mercy on kids, my guy. But great return nonetheless. Didn't get the dub, but he is a play of the week nominee. We're going to take a quick break, but don't go anywhere because when we come back, Trey and I are going to give away our game ball for week 5.
Tigers, and you're watching Friday Night Blitz. Go Magic!
All right, play of the week nominee number 3. Great defense. Hudson Heidgerken ball hawking for this interception. That's right, kid. That's your football. Let's go. I love it. Great play. And I'm not going to say the final score because we have more to talk about with this football.
Game Ball, sponsored by Fairway Meat and Grocery.
All right, it's time to give away our game ball for week 5, and this one is a team game ball.
Coach Scott Heitland, you have guts. This game ball right here goes to DCG. The Mustangs were down by 7 with a minute to go. First and goal from the 1. Osborne Grimm does his job. He goes into the end zone for a touchdown. You're now down by 1. You're going to kick an extra point, right? You're going to tie this game and go into overtime, right?
Nope.
Wrong. What's an extra point? Nah, let's go for 2, the Mustangs say. And I love it. I'm all about running the football. I love a good Tampa 2, but my goodness, when a team can go for 2 and put everything on the line and win a football game, yes, please.
It's a gutsy call right there.
Gutsy call.
But it could pay big dividends.
Yeah, and guess what it did? That's right here. All right, Wyatt Valenta says, call me up in I formation. Doesn't matter how many guys are going in motion, doesn't matter how many guys are not. All right? The rollout here from Chase Angle, essential. He gets the football to him, and the dagger is there for the 2-point conversion, I promise. The bench is pumped. That's all you need to know. That's all you need to see. The Mustangs, they win. 29-28. They're now 4-1, and they take week 5's game ball.
Yeah, this is such a big win for the Mustangs because I talked to them on our Inside the Huddle just a couple of weeks ago, and they said, we know what we're capable of. It's just a matter of putting it out there on the field.
Can you execute?
That is exactly what they have done this season. They learned from their lessons of last season where they lost a lot of close games like this one. Last year, this might have been one that they lost. This year, this is a different Mustangs team, a confident team, knows what to do, how to execute. They're a very connected group, and it paid off right here.
They did the right thing. They ran the football when it's first and goal at the 1. Right?
Yeah,
you got to take full advantage of the opportunity. They did. DCG.
Scared money don't make money.
Oh, I like that.
All right, well, we are heading down the home stretch here on Friday Night Blitz, and after the break, we will reveal who earned the title of Play of the Week.
Play of the Week, sponsored by Taco John's.
All right, you heard the man. It's time to name our winner for Play of the Week. It might be a familiar one to us.
We're not going anywhere. We're staying at DCGC. Great defense leads to a great honor. Hudson Heidgerken, ball hawking for this interception. Yeah, I'm going to say it once. I said it once. I'm going to say it again. That is your football. Look at this. Kind of comes out of nowhere, dives.
That's a tough catch to make.
That's a tough catch to make. He was behind the ball and he adjusted. That's impressive.
Even through the collision, hangs on to it. I wouldn't be surprised if that ball would come tumbling out, just past breakup, but he hangs on to it.
That's what matters.
He earns the right to celebrate.
It's time to celebrate. But hey, we celebrate too because DCG won 29-28.
Dub and Play of the Week winner. There you go.
There we go.
Well, we are going to take one final break, but when we come back, Trey and I will put a bow on week 5 with our final thoughts. All right, we had an eventful week 5, halfway point of the season, if you can believe it. I feel like we just got started, but now things are getting serious, man. Second half of the season.
Things are getting for real, especially in Class A. You have an ACGC team that allowed 6.5 points per game coming into tonight. It only allows 15 against Madrid and forces 4 fumbles in the first half. That's pretty good last time I checked.
Yeah, and the stat you had mentioned in a preview, outscoring their opponents 176-26.
Crazy, right?
Man, if you play like that, you're going to win a lot of football games. That's why they're undefeated still after beating a tough Madrid team on the road.
Yeah, it's tough to win in the jungle. They did that.
That's a good win for Coach Matthewson and the squad. I know they're not in our area, but you got to give props to Williamsburg.
100%.
Man, I don't know if there was a team that was hotter than Des Moines Christian coming into this week. They've had some really good battle-tested wins, and for the Raiders to play them so tough tonight and come out with the win on the road, man, that's a statement win right
It's
there.
one of those things where it's a statement win, but it can motivate a team like Des Moines Christian. You have something like that happen, it's basically, okay, can you do that again once we see you in the playoffs potentially?
Yeah, I have no doubt that they'll bounce back. They're such a good,
100%.
well-coached team with a lot of weapons. It was a close game, too. Could have gone either way, but things are getting real. We're separating the contenders from the pretenders.
Yeah.
So we'll see where week 6 takes us next week. I think we have some good ones in store.
Let's go.
But that is going to do it for us.
Keep it rolling,
That's
boys.
right. That's going to do it for us here on Friday Night Blitz. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you right back here next week.